Local sports from KYMA News 11.
Welcome back, everybody. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Kansas City Chiefs are inching closer to Super Bowl Sunday. The Bucs continuing to work out in Tampa this week. They will be the first team ever to play a Super Bowl on their home field. However, the NFL has ruled the stadium crew will not be allowed to fire the cannons after a Tampa touchdown, which is their typical ritual. It's supposed to be a neutral site game. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Chiefs are still in Kansas City. They're not flying to Florida until Saturday afternoon as a precaution against the pandemic. Bucs quarterback Tom Brady spoke to the media today for the last time before suiting up for the big game, giving his praise to longtime teammate and former U of A Wildcat Rob Gronkowski.
He's so positive. I think everybody wishes in their next life they come back as Rob, just because he's got such a great personality about him, just his way of being positive, and he's a real high achiever. He's very competitive, and I see the competitive nature, the determination. Like if you're, when you're down and out, you want him with you, and I think that speaks to him as a teammate, as a person, and I love playing with them.
Moving on to local collegiate softball, the AWC Lady Matadors are excited for another shot to play after their season was shot thanks to the coronavirus pandemic last spring. Well, they would host their annual Great Western Shootout event at the PAC, taking on the College of Southern Idaho in prime time tonight. First inning, former pitcher of Cibola, Kelly Catalbas, was dialed in and ready as she victimized the game's first two batters with a pair of strikeouts. Then she's going to force a grounder to second, and this is going to essentially get the Lady Mats out of the top half unscathed. So we go to the bottom half of the first. Fellow former Lady Raider Christina Robles goes for the steal from first base, has no problem taking second, and because of a wild throw, she would easily slide into third. This would set up a chopper by former YC Shamrock Jocelyn Hernandez. The sacrifice ground ball gets Robles home for the game's first run. Lady Mats would be in a low-scoring battle, but they would come through with a 3-1 win. In one of AWC's earlier games at the shootout, the Lady Mats would take on the College of Southern Nevada. So we're going to pick this up in the top of the third. Former Imperial Tiger Mackenzie Gray forces a flyout at third, getting the Lady Matadors out of the jam. We go to the bottom of the frame. Former Cibola Lady Raider Angela Oros delivers a sac fly into right, allowing Jocelyn Hernandez to score. There it is right there, but A-Dub wasn't quite done yet. Former Gila Ridge Hawk Sherilyn Molina is going to belt an RBI single, scoring former Imperial Tiger Ileana Manzano. Lady Mats would roll to a 7-2 win, going on to win all three of today's contests in day one of the Great Western Shootout. In Prep Boys Soccer, we have the rematch between area powers San Luis and Kofa. So how would this one pan out? Well, we're going to pick this one up late in the second half. Kofa's Nolan Garcia with a free kick, but Sidewinders keeper Alejandro Pena bats the ball out of bounds, and he would be a bit banged up on that play. On the ensuing play, Kofa would take the corner, but Eric Quirarte's head out gets the Sidewinders to clear this one out of the zone. And like the first match, this would be physical, but the result would be the same. The Sidewinders take it by the score of 6-3. And finally, in girls prep soccer, it wouldn't be a complete sweep for San Luis, thanks to a barrage of goals by the Lady Kings, led by the 4 goals scored by striker Hannah Hurtado, who lived up to her position's name and then some. Meanwhile, Yuma Catholic got an all-important victory on the road with a shutout performance over Wickenburg. And one final note to pass along, folks. Cibola boys basketball suffered a heartbreaking defeat to State Power Desert Ridge on the road. With that being said, we're done with this round of sports. We have more coming up right after this.